Tonight on SUTV News, we put grad school under a microscope.
Whenever you hear Shippensburg, you'll have the Southerners to jump out of your chair and let go a cheerleader scream every time you hear Shippensburg. You will not know why, but you'll have the Southerners to do it. In 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, I have a show tonight, 8 p.m. I'm here at Shippensburg University.
Woo! Am I on God's green earth? Am I yelling on this man's command? Meet one cool entertainer who's here to mesmerize the campus. All that and more coming up right now.
Thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Julie Ratcliffe.
And I'm Holly Harrer. In less than a month, seniors will cross the stage to say goodbye to their undergraduate careers. But that won't be the end of school for people seeking graduate degrees. Eric Davies has more.
I think you always should be on a path toward learning. So if you're a student or not, you should be looking to enhance your skills. And a master's degree specifically enhances your skills in one area of instruction or knowledge. And because of that, you have opportunities in the field, in your professional work, that you wouldn't have otherwise.
According to the National Center for Education Statistics, 25 to 29-year-olds earning master's degrees or higher have climbed from 5% in 1995 to 8% in 2014.
Graduate school has a variety of different pathways that it can take you. A lot of students, graduate school is a requirement, for psychology majors, biology majors. A lot of jobs they're seeking post-graduation are going to require a master's in counseling, for example. Other positions, it helps you get forward in management. So if you graduate directly from undergrad, go into your master's, you could get a management position much more quickly than you would straight out of undergrad. So there's a variety of different reasons for a variety of different fields.
The application process, however, can seem a bit daunting.
For my specific program, it was really intensive. I had to apply online the regular application. I had to write a 5-page paper why I believe I belong in the program. There was an interview process that was a whole day. And then just like you have to have references, and you also have to have at least a year of experience ahead of time.
In addition, most grad schools require some sort of standardized testing like the GRE or MAT. Eric Davies, SUTV News.
If you're thinking about applying to a graduate program, be sure to check out the admissions checklist on ship.edu. Shippensburg University will host its first Diversity Summit this Saturday from 4 to 7 at Old Main Chapel. The theme for this year is Diversity in the Classrooms. Marvin Worthy, President and CEO of Worthy Consulting and Training, is the conference speaker. Participants will learn skills, tools, and strategies for managing a diverse community and workplace.
Diversity, about the myths of it and what are the benefits of diversity in a classroom. His second one is talking about the different opportunities and how diversity has been changing in the United States. And his third talk is about how you can applicationally apply it to teaching.
To register online, go to sutvnews.com and search Diversity Summit tickets. Tickets for students cost $5 and $10 for all others.
The Career and Community Engagement Center does events for the LGBTQ+ community every semester. But some people are questioning whether it's enough and if the LGBTQ+ students are fairly represented. Paige Ahrensmeyer has the story.
CCEC holds 2 panels held with people from the community and SU students to help the LGBTQ community feel comfortable in the workplace.
These events are especially important because they really bring awareness to the community and just the issues that people don't typically think about when they're thinking about the LGBTQ community.
Even with these steps, some students do not think that there is enough awareness.
While we do have a club on campus for LGBT students, I don't think a lot of people know about it, and so I definitely think there's things that the campus can improve on to make a more welcoming environment for everyone on campus.
Shippensburg is continuously improving on making all students feel safe and represented. With SUTV News, I'm Paige Ahrensmeyer.
If anyone on campus feels that they are being discriminated against, feel free to visit Cecil Howard in Old Main Room 200 for help. Author Debbie Irving is coming to SHIP on Wednesday to talk about racial justice. As an educator, Debbie works to bring a new perspective to all people. She'll discuss racial tensions in her book, Waking Up White.
The book outlines the process that she went through, the struggles that she went through in terms of realizing that she was part of the problem, even though she was trying very hard to help solve the problem.
Her talk isn't only for education majors. All students can learn from her experiences. Debbie will be signing copies of Waking Up White after her talk, and books are for sale in the SU bookstore.
Learn about careers in newspapers and journalism next week when Patriot News writer Lisa Yinger will be answering questions for students. Yinger's visit is part of a week celebrating the Communication Journalism Department and the career opportunities in the field. Students can also compete in a Media Writers Jeopardy game. Yinger will begin her session at 3:30 in Cub 226, Wednesday, April 20th. Mark your calendars on April 18th for Electronic Media Day. Opportunities to get hands-on experience in radio and television studio will be offered to all students in and out of the major. There will also be guest speakers in Grove Forum starting at 2 p.m. Follow SUCJ Week 2016 on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram for more details. Escaping might be easier with 8 hands.
And one wily octopus may be proving that point. We'll explain when we return.
Kenya deports Taiwan citizens to China.
And Brazilian president tries to dodge impeachment. Here's your world news.
A pair of close encounters between a U.S. destroyer and a Russian fighter jet has caused concern from the Pentagon. 2 Russian fighter jets flew extremely close to the USS Donald Cook as it sailed in the Baltic Sea. A Pentagon official said the destroyer had a Polish helicopter on board, leading him to believe the Russian moves were intended to send a message to Poland. Taiwan is accusing Beijing of violating human rights after Kenya deported 45 Taiwanese citizens to mainland China. The deportees are accused of running a complex phone and internet scamming organization in Kenya. A Kenyan court acquitted them of the fraud charges, but a Chinese official suggests they may now face prosecution in China. Taiwan officials will visit Beijing in an attempt to sort out the case. Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff said a report favorable to her impeachment has no foundation. Speaking at a meeting with educators in defense of democracy, Rousseff called the motion for impeachment fragile and baseless. On Monday, a congressional commission in Brazil voted in favor of an impeachment trial against Rousseff. The issue now goes to the full lower house for a vote on April 17th. And finally, Inky the octopus is on the lam after escaping from his New Zealand aquarium. The manager of the National Aquarium of New Zealand says the octopus found a weak spot and squeezed out of a small gap at the top of his tank, sliding down a seawater runoff pipe to Hawke's Bay. Officials expect Inky is most likely roaming the seafloor back in his natural habitat. That's it for this week's World News. I'm Marshall Keeley.
From spring football to the Shippensburg Orchestra.
Here's this week's Slate Preview.
News covers SU's sustainability initiatives around campus. Ship Life highlights the wellness fairs. Sports covers the spring football game. Opinion weighs in on a sexual assault case, and entertainment reviews the Shippensburg Orchestra concert. Check out the Slate on newsstands on Tuesday and keep up all week on theslateonline.com. I'm Thomas Whitmer.
When we come back, we'll talk with the hypnotist coming to campus tonight.
But first, he stopped by our studio and worked on Paige, Holly, and me. And can you guess which one of us succumbed to his powers of suggestion? We'll tell you after the break.
As you put your hands together, begin rubbing your hands together a little bit faster, faster, and faster. The faster you rub your hands, the warmer your hands will become. Now your hands are getting warmer than the rest of your body. You're going to need to keep your body nice and warm. The quickest way to do that, to keep your body warm, is just to lean into the closest person next to you. Go ahead and lean in towards that person. You can feel their body heat, and that feels really, really good. They feel really warm, and they don't mind it as well, because it's cold for them. Just go ahead and wrap your arms around them. Feel how warm, how cuddly, how amazing they feel. That feels really, really good. If you can, throw a leg up on them, because the more body contact, the warmer, the more incredible it feels. So warm, so incredible.
Well, it's been an interesting afternoon with Salish in the studio. We'll have more on his entertaining meeting with Holly and more about his craft. But first, Drew is here to see what spell Mother Nature has cast for the weekend. Drew?
Feels like spring has sprung this week with temperatures on the rise. Tonight, clear skies with a low of 36. And tomorrow, sunny with a high of 65. In the 5-day, a beautiful weekend ahead with sunny skies each day. On Saturday, your spring game forecast calls for a great day with a high of 68, and Sunday, a high of 73. To start off your week, mostly sunny skies Monday with a high of 76. The warm weather rolls right into midweek with partly cloudy skies and highs in the mid to upper 60s. Enjoy the amazing weather and have a great weekend.
Welcome to tonight's entertainment. I'm Marina Barnett. Now let's get down to business. Act 5 is getting ready for its spring musical. As other clubs and groups bring their year to a close, Act 5 is getting ready for its biggest event. The cast has been getting ready for the staging of Spring Awakening since November. The show's director says the cast has put in a couple of thousand man-hours. The show is unique to others Act 5 has done in that it hits heavy topics like teen sex, suicide, and abuse. The play starts next Thursday and runs through Sunday in Memorial Auditorium. The Latino Student Organization held its annual splash party this past Tuesday and Wednesday.
Well, the statewide Latino Student Organization Splash Party is an event for all students on campus to come and get together and unify for a bigger event to just come on campus and just enjoy different cultures and different food.
The event is for all students to unify and experience different cultures and food. No matter what your political side is, the Capitol Steps will tackle both sides of the spectrum tonight. Capitol Steps began as a group of Senate staffers who set out to satirize the people and places that employed them. The group was born in December 1981. In the years that followed, many of the steps ignored the conventional wisdom, "Don't quit your day job." Together, the group has 62 years of collective House and Senate experience. Since they began, they've recorded over 30 albums, including their latest, What to Expect When You're Electing. They will be performing tonight at the Lurs Performing Arts Center starting at 8. Even though we haven't even made it to the end of the spring semester, the Homecoming Committee has already started planning next year's big event. We'll on over to the Homecoming Luau tomorrow as they celebrate their 2016 theme, Ship Getaway. This theme encourages students to get away from it all and find their happy place. Enjoy games, DIY activities, and more from 3 to 7 at the Ship Deck Amphitheater. APB hosts Glow Rage next Friday, April 22nd from 9 to 1 in the Shippen lot or Cub MPR if it rains. The entrance is free. The first 200 people get a Glow Rage t-shirt and the first 1,000 get a pair of Shutter shades. One Rager will win 2 Beyonce tickets and Hershey. The general public can enter if accompanied by a Ship student. Tune in next week to find out why the Glow Rage is replacing this year's Raider Fest. Now, on the count of 3, you are going to get very sleepy. If it didn't work for you, it could be that I don't have the talent. Our studio guest does. Come with me to meet Salish. Now is Salish. It's so good to have you here with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
So can you tell us what time and where you're going to be performing tonight?
It's going to be 8 p.m. tonight at the NPR.
Okay, great. So what made you interested in hypnotism?
I ended up getting hypnotized when I was in college, and it was the strangest feeling in the world. I knew exactly what was going on, but I couldn't stop from doing everything this hypnotist asked me to do. And it was an amazing feeling.
So you liked the feeling, so you wanted to give it to people?
Well, I wanted to know more about it because here was somebody, and even in my head I was thinking, there's no way I'm going to do that. And it was almost like being a puppy dog and somebody shaking a stick at. My head's going no, and my body's going, okay, I'll do it. And I was thinking in my head, like, what are you doing? Stop, you're making a fool of yourself. And I couldn't stop until he said stop.
So how do you get your ideas for what you'll tell people to do when you hypnotize them?
A lot of it's nowadays is social media. Just putting people in scenarios on things that we talk about or joke around about, or things that are prevalent in society nowadays.
Okay, cool. So is that your favorite part of it, like knowing that other people are going to feel that feeling that you did, or?
That's part of it. You know, the thing I love most is I've been doing this for 22 years. I've done over 5,000 shows, and I still laugh at my shows and I still enjoy it because I get responses from people. I know what the scenarios I'm going to put them in, but I don't know what's going to come out of their mouths at times, and I get surprised every now and then as well.
What's the most shocking thing that you've had anyone do?
My shows can get very uncensored, and that's what I was known for. I got picked up by MTV Europe, and they call me the best hypnotist in the world, and I got people to think that their chairs were their lovers, and they got in weird, funky positions for their chairs, and different things like that. Things I love doing the most is I do a lot of gender bending, make guys into girls, girls into guys, and now you're on a dating service, so what would your name be and what would you be looking for? Or you're on the Jerry Springer Show making up one of the biggest lies about one of your friends in the audience about some sort of weird habit or fetish. So I'm a funny person, but 15, 20 people hypnotized, you can have 15, 20 funnier responses than I could ever think of. You're no longer Holly, you're now male. You're single, you're on campus looking for a date. In front of you is a camera. Wide awake. Excuse me, sir, come on over here. Please stand up. I'm gonna grab my microphone. Here you go. Now, just say your name.
Jack.
Okay, Jack, what is it you're looking for?
Well, today has been a very interesting day in the SUTV studio.
It was.
Definitely a first for me.
And a first for me, yes.
So, as you saw, we were all sort of hypnotized. This one definitely. What was it like?
It was pretty interesting, to say the least. I had never been hypnotized before, so just getting up there and giving it a try was really what my motive was for sitting up there in the first place. My family members have been hypnotized before, and I thought, well, maybe I can be hypnotized. And there you see me nice and getting snuggled up with Joey.
Nice and cozy.
Yeah, which I didn't recall until afterward when he was kind of jogging my memory. Everything kind of seemed like a daydream.
Right.
Which was very strange, and I can't explain it. I was a little dizzy afterward and out of it, but other than that, it was a very cool experience.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it had worked on me. I just kind of sat there. It was a nice, relaxing moment for me, but it just...
And it was nice to snuggle with me, right?
Oh, of course. Of course.
Well, that took up most of our afternoon, but as far as sports, softball swept a doubleheader against IUP.
And we'll tell you which track athletes took home Athlete of the Year honors.
Raider softball took on IUP's Crimson Hawks on Wednesday in a doubleheader. Matt Kleindenst has the highlights.
An exciting start to the first game of the doubleheader as Shippensburg got on the board early with a 2-run home run off the bat of Taylor Patilio in the first inning. Behind the pitching of Taryn Wilson and good backup defense, Ship kept the Crimson Hawks scoreless through 4 innings. IUP finally got on the scoreboard when Lauren Goetz' RBI drove in the first run for the Crimson Hawks at the top of the 5th. The Raiders worked their way out of the 5th inning jam with a double play and a ground out back to Taryn Wilson. From there, the Ship defense took care of business through the rest of the first game. Ship beat IUP 2-1 in Game 1. For SUTV Sports, I'm Matt Kleindenst.
IUP in a walk-off fashion. Anna Warfield scored after a wild pitch to beat the Hawks 6-5 in 10 innings. Last week, PSAC head coaches named senior Grant Smith and junior Kieran Sutton PSAC Indoor Track and Field Athletes of the Year. Smith finished his collegiate career as a 3-time NCAA All-American in shot put. Sutton was named PSAC Championship's Most Valuable Track Athlete. Head coach Dave Osanich was named PSAC Coach of the Year. Under Osanich, the track team placed in 10 of the 15 individual events for indoor season. The track team's next meet will be tomorrow at Kutztown. The football program will host its 23rd annual Red Raider Golf Classic. The team encourages friends and fans of the program to participate in the day and simply enjoy it.
We're not into this really to make a lot of money because it's more of a friend raiser than anything. You know, my whole deal is we're a football family. We want to bring our family together.
The outing is May 21st at Eagle Crossing Golf Course. For more information and to learn how you can be a part of the day, go to sutvnews.com. Also, tune into the spring football game this Saturday. SUTV will have live coverage of the game starting at 11:40 on Comcast Channel 21 and Campus Channel 82. That's it for sports. Now let's head back over to the desk.
That's it for SUTV News. I'm Julie Ratcliffe.
And I'm Holly Hare. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SUTV News. And check out our website, sutvnews.com.
We'll see you next time.